today we're going to work on one of the Bushcraft challenges for January. Every month we're going to have a Bushcraft challenge for you guys to go out and practice basic Bushcraft skills. And for the month of January, what we're going to do is we're going to do basic A-frame freestanding shelters. And this is my shelter that I'm starting right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to get 3 sticks. One is much longer than the other, 2 shorter ones. And you're going to lash it together. So that's how I'm doing mine. I'm lashing mine, but you can do it other ways, and we'll show you that as well. So I just have some paracord that are lashed around and then back around through each stick here. So you don't want to do it too tight. You just want to do it so it's fairly snug. If you do it tight, you're going to have problems standing up the tripod here. So I'll show you what I got here. Do it too tight, this is not going to spread apart like that. It's just going to be too tight. So you just wrap it just so it's snug, and then you stand it up into a tripod like this. And you got the spine that's much longer in the back here, that section. So, and then you got the 2 support pieces here. And what you want to do is when you get to this point, is you want to make sure that it's large enough. You want to make sure that it's large enough for your body to get in there. So what you want to do is just kind of like lay in there. When it's like this, it's a lot easier. And make sure there's enough room for you, because you don't want to build this thing and not be able to fit in it. And you don't want to build it too large either, because it's not going to be as efficient with the heat. The smaller it is, the more heat that you're going to save inside the shelter to keep it warm. So as you can see here, once I get these ribs on here, there's plenty of room, and it's over my head, that I can fit in here nicely. So, again, you want your spine to be fairly strong. You want that to support fair amount of weight. You don't want that to be a complete piece of deadwood that's going to snap. If it snows, it needs to be able to take a snow load as well. So I'll show you how strong. This is fairly strong. It's right here. You can see this whole system can take my weight with me bouncing. So that's pretty strong like that. So that's one way to do it. And I want to go ahead and put the ribs on, put some sheathing on it, and we'll show you what it looks like done. But we're also going to show you another way to do this. So we'll be back in a little bit.
I'm Micah George. I'm here working with Jeff on this first Bushcraft challenge. And my freestanding A-frame, I went with a little different method. Mine is assuming you didn't have any cordage to use. And I've just found one good forked stick that's acting as the base of my tripod. And then a straight stick coming across it in my spine, very similar to Jeff's. But you can see nothing tying it up, just standing up on its own force. And it should be, yeah, still plenty strong. Things just push against each other and gravity does the rest. And before I had it with this stick around this way, which seems like there's not really any difference, but when I had the stick around this way, it just wants to go down. So it's just working with the material that you have, adjusting it as need be, and finding the way where friction and gravity will do most of the work for you. So we're going to get it sided and sheeted and be right back with you.
So the next step in building your A-frame shelter here is to add the ribbing to the sides here. And all you're going to do is you're just going to go around the woods and find sticks. You don't really need, a tool. Just break some sticks and just kind of lean them up there along your shelter. And I'm going to fill in the rest of these. I just have a few of them here right now. And I'm just spreading them out so it's wide enough for me to still fit in here as well. I just have a few of them on here now. So this is called ribbing. So you got your spine here that's the support, and you're going to have all your ribbing that comes down. And I'm going to fill this in pretty good. And then after that, we put the sheathing on top. And then we'll show you that as well. So this is the ribbing stage right here, and we'll come back in a little bit. We'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, here's the ribbing on the shelter. As you can see, it's just sticks that are placed against the spine. You just walk through the woods and break sticks, and you don't even really need a tool very much. Stick them into the ground a little bit so they're solid. And as I'm doing it, I keep on looking inside the shelter just to see if I have anything protruding too far into the space there where I'm going to be laying. And if I do, I just adjust it a little bit. So there's the ribbing. And next comes sheathing, and we have a whole bunch of not dead, but downed trees from a storm that came through about a week ago. So we have all kinds of spruce boughs we can use to sheathe the outside of this. Another thing I want to point out is I don't have the sticks sticking up too far here past the spine, just a little ways. I want my sheathing to go over it completely. If any of these are sticking up way too high, it's going to collect water and rain, and it's going to run down the stick into the shelter. So they just stick by a few inches, something like that. I'm going to cover that all up with the sheathing. And that's it. That's my A-frame shelter at the ribbing stage, and we'll show you Micah's as well. Here's the ribbing on Micah's shelter. Basically the same as mine. Just a whole bunch of broken sticks just all the way down the spine. So very simple, very easy. And next we'll put some spruce boughs on there, cover it up nicely, and then put something on the ground so you're not sleeping directly on the ground. So we'll be back shortly. Gonna make a little lunch here. We're gonna have a fire, get our lunch going while we build our shelters. So Micah's gonna put together a little fire here for us.
Just not used to it.
Yeah. There we go. So we're gonna have some lunch, and then we'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, here's the finished shelter right here. All the spruce boughs covering this thing up completely. All woven in there. Nice and cozy inside, as you can see. So this is the Bushcraft challenge for January right here. An A-frame, freestanding bushcraft shelter. It's kind of like sleeping in a Christmas tree. Here's the back side. Just weave all the branches in there. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. All woven in there and covered. So what you would want to do next is put something on the ground in here to sleep on. Some grass, some leaves, or some more spruce boughs to get you off the ground, off the cold ground. So when you sleep, it'll help insulate you from the ground a little bit better. So that's the complete shelter right there. So that's the challenge for the month. And I look forward to seeing you guys putting up a shelter, building one. Post some photos or video if you want, either or. If you have any questions at all, feel free to ask me or anybody else in the group. So there it is, guys. Good luck. This is Jeff, Scout Survival Group, and I'll talk to you guys soon.